439 465.
Well, we're all familiar with the night terrors that often wake small children from their sleep, but what happens when the nightmares never stop? Parasomnia is a disorder that can see people walking, talking, eating and even driving in their sleep. And it can involve horrifying, violent nightmares. Dr Dev Banerjee is a sleep expert from the Woolcock Institute of Medical Research, and Gavin suffers from sleep behaviour disorder as well. A huge welcome to you both. Thank you for being here. Gavin, I'd like to start with you. You dread going to sleep every single night. What happens in your dreams?
Yeah, I've got a REM parasomnia, so it's related to sleep. So I have very, very vivid, nightmarish, stressful, anxious dreams, depending when I go to bed, 3 or 4 times a night. So it's not fun. They sort of go from the ridiculous to the sublime on levels of stress, but they're all threatening to myself or my family. It's not fun. First year it was kind of weird, but it's been a while now.
How long has it been going on, and what caused it to start?
It's been about 7 years, 6 years now. Our son was diagnosed with cancer in 2012, which was a horrific experience, obviously. I used to sleep before that, I'm pretty sure, but trauma affects everyone differently, and I think everyone's brains are wired differently, so it must have manifested in me with this parasomnia, which my fight or flight system is a bit messed up.
Right.
Yeah, so I wake up hyper-aroused, alert.
Terrified?
Yeah, pretty, it's just, yeah, pretty awful.
Dr Banerjee, how common is this? How often does it happen?
Well, parasomnia really explains and describes odd behaviour in sleep, and it depends if it happens in dream sleep or non-dream sleep. It's actually more common than we think it is. I think it's great, first time I met Gavin, for him to tell the story, because a lot of people are suffering in silence. So we don't know exactly how many do whatever. Lots of people do weird stuff at night time. So whether it's part of a dream or non-dream, and the non-dream is the sleepwalking and night terrors. These are the nightmares that we're talking about.
Is it normally triggered by something like, as Gavin spoke, or is it genetic?
There could be a bit of both, actually. Certainly there's a lot of psychology and psychiatry and factors involved in nightmares. We see that a lot of our servicemen and women who come from war, PTSD and so on, so that's very recurrent recall of bad dreams, and so there's a huge service that's provided for those individuals that we really need to help them with.
Gavin, can you just take a sleeping pill and knock yourself out? Does that solve the problem?
I wish it was that simple. No, I've tried everything, from vigorous exercise to... A mate of mine took me out to have a few spirits, but no matter what I do, medication, I just wake up at every REM cycle, so every 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Yeah, it's I don't know what it is.
Is it only in the rapid eye movement sleep? Is it only when you get deep sleep, or does it happen all the time?
Well, I know that I pass through cycles of sleep. I know that everyone dreams.
Yeah.
You generally remember them when you wake up at the end of that REM cycle. And it's just, that's why they're so vivid, because you're waking up literally as something's happening to you. I've woken up gagging before because an old friend of mine from uni gave me some stagnant water to drink. And he obviously wasn't as good a mate as I thought, but I'm drinking this and I woke up and thinking, what just happened? Wow. So that's as weird as it gets, but some of it's terrifying, like threats to family. And
Doctor, people can become quite violent in their sleep with this condition. We've seen people drive, not just sleepwalk.
Is that violence?
Well, depending on who's driving, but there are a whole different range of manifestations of this kind of condition. How do you treat it? And if you have a partner who goes through this condition, do you have to wake them up? Can you wake them up, kind of mid-action?
There's been a few videos that's just been shown there with people punching and kicking. Yeah. That's REM behaviour disorder, the acting out dream. So if you're dreaming that someone's trying to grab you, then it's usually quite a violent dream. And if you're that person lying next to the person who's doing those violent dreams, then it's not fun if you bumped on the nose. It's unbelievable how many individuals who punch and kick in their sleep. And I say, how long have you been doing this? They say, well, 10 years. I said, 10 years to find me? Why have you been putting up with this? But they do, because they think there's no one around them that can help them.
Should you wake them up?
Well, if you wake them up, you'll get suddenly you bump on the nose again. So it's very hard, and you're just trying to protect yourself. And then a lot of individuals end up sleeping in a separate bedroom, which isn't fun either.
So what do you do? I mean, we've heard the problem. How do you relieve Gavin's problems?
Well, it depends if it's acting out dreams or part of a nightmare. So it depends if it's the psychology that can be used to help. Ultimately, in many people, medications is the way forward, but through a specialist sleep clinic that can advise on that.
And are they depressant medications, or are they sleeping medications?
They're a bit of both, actually. Obviously, depends what's driving the nightmares or the acting out dreams. If it's, again, depression, anxiety, or if it's acting out dreams and you give medication to stop them from jumping around as a muscle relaxant.
Oh, well, take the doctor's advice. Go and get help if you're suffering through this. You can find out more about sleep disorders by going to woolcock.org.au. Thank you so much for coming in today, and certainly you, Gavin, for telling us.
Yes, good luck.
Okay, coming up, more hot...